Let's be clear. We are not discussing progress. We are steering into the abyss of mass obsolescence. Goldman Sachs estimates that AI could automate the equivalent of 300 million full-time jobs. This isn't about factory robots anymore. This is an algorithmic tsunami aimed directly at the heart of the white-collar world. The administrative assistants, the legal aides, even the junior creatives. We are witnessing the systematic demolition of the entry-level job, the very first rung on the career ladder.
An abyss, or the birth of a new era. Every great technological leap, from the printing press to the internet, was met with prophecies of doom. Yet history shows us a different pattern, not destruction, but transformation. David Otter's research reminds us that 60% of today's workers are in jobs that didn't exist in 1940. This isn't a tsunami of destruction. It's a wave of augmentation that will lift our productivity, with Goldman Sachs forecasting a 7% increase in global GDP. We are on the verge of creating super workers, not a useless class.
Super workers is a dangerously misleading fantasy. The reality for millions will be algorithmic judgment. We've already seen Amazon's AI recruiting tool penalizing female candidates. This isn't an isolated glitch. It's a feature of systems trained on biased historical data. We are building a future where your career is decided by a black box, perpetuating societal biases at an unprecedented scale and speed. And what about dignity? Workers are already reporting increased pressure and surveillance from AI-driven management. This isn't augmentation, it's digital subjugation.
You're mistaking the challenges of implementation for the nature of the technology itself. The answer isn't to fear the tool, but to master it. This is precisely why institutions like Stanford's Institute for Human-Centered AI exist, to ensure these systems are built to empower, not to replace. Look at healthcare, where AI helps doctors spot tumors the human eye would miss. Look at software development, where GitHub Copilot makes engineers more productive, freeing them to tackle more complex problems. The choice isn't between using AI and not using it. It's between irresponsible automation and responsible augmentation.
Your responsible augmentation is a comforting illusion while the house is burning down. Daron Acemoglu at MIT calls it excessive automation, a relentless focus on cutting costs by replacing humans, not empowering them. The profits from this so-called productivity boom won't trickle down. They will rocket up, concentrating wealth in the hands of a tiny tech elite. We are engineering a society defined by Thomas Piketty's R greater than G on an unimaginable scale, creating a permanent, unemployable underclass dependent on state handouts.
And I say we are engineering the tools to solve our greatest challenges. That productivity boom you fear is what can fund a shorter work week, universal basic income, or what Kai-Fu Lee calls a social investment stipend for care and community work. The value we create won't be tied to monotonous tasks anymore. It will be redefined around creativity, critical thinking, and emotional intelligence, the very skills that AI complements but cannot replicate. The risk isn't that AI will make us useless, but that our lack of imagination will.
Imagination doesn't pay the bills. While we're philosophizing about new forms of value, Dario Amodei of Anthropic warns that AI could wipe out half of all white-collar entry-level jobs and push unemployment to 20% within 5 years. This isn't a distant future. It's the immediate crisis. We are sleepwalking into a world with no path for the young, a society fractured by inequality, and a useless class not by choice, but by design. This isn't progress. It's a betrayal of the next generation.
And clinging to the past is a betrayal of our potential. You paint a picture of helplessness, but I see human agency. Satya Nadella calls AI a co-pilot, a tool to assist, not to command. The true crisis would be to reject this opportunity, to let fear condemn us to a future of stagnant productivity and unfulfilled human capacity. The question is not whether AI will take our jobs, but whether we have the courage to create new ones and build a more prosperous, equitable, and human-centric world with the most powerful tool humanity has ever invented.